Okay, Coastal family, starting October 1st, we're going to have some changes in the office with both pricing and the structure. And I want to explain what that's going to mean and what that is going to look like. So, for the last over 3 years, I've only raised prices once. And during that time, have invested significant amount of money in new equipment. I've obviously expanded the level of care I provide. We know I've been pretty much fully booked for the last 6 months. So it's hard to get in last minute. A lot of times new patients are waiting anywhere from 7 to 14 days or even longer to get in. With all that, with making sure I could keep giving the level of care you deserve, the sustainability of the clinic, getting it to the next level, there's going to be some changes. So there will be a price increase, but there's an asterisk to that price increase because I'm also introducing packages for the first time ever. Now, no, I'm not going to do this super high pressure BS of 15, 20, 30 package or treatment packages that are, $5, 6, 7, 8, $10,000. I'm not going to do high pressure sales tactics. I literally had somebody try that on me. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be the person who has to do those crazy high pressure FOMO, borderline personally attacking somebody to get them to sign up for a very expensive ticket item. Look, if you don't see the value, you don't see the value. But I would argue that what I provide is still pennies on the dollar of what you're getting versus what you're actually paying. So there will be only 6 visits and 12 visit packages only. Now, where do those numbers come from? The average number of visits per person across the board is 5.7, right? So that's where the 6 comes from. Now, that's everybody from crazy chronic to crazy acute, right? And that's everybody who walks in my door. The 12 comes from building in the performance or maintenance, whatever word you want to use. When you're only having to come in, once every 2 to 4, maybe even 6 or 8 weeks, you're building that into the plan. So you already have the performance built in on the back end. So again, my model has always been you come in as little as possible, which is typically aggressive up front, which is twice a week for 1 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks is rare. Once a week, once every third, so on and so forth, with the goal of getting you only needing to clinically come in at a longer duration. Well, the packages give you an opportunity to build that in automatically. So if you want to still do pay as you go, which has always been my model, that's totally fine. That will go up a total of $30, both 30 and 60-minute options. If you're buying a 6-pack, the total price increase is only $15 per session. If you buy a 12-pack, you stay at the current rate. Now, there will be an adjustment to the discount I give to first responders, teachers, and military. So you will still get my biggest discount, but that will be slightly different, and we would discuss that in office. But again, this is a way to make sure I could continue to provide the level of care without having to pretty much double my rates across the board. I do not want to price myself out of helping as many people as possible. I know I should be raising my rate even more, but I'm not. I'm choosing to do this to make sure people could still access the level of care I provide, to access solutions, to not be where I was in my early 20s, thinking I needed to live in a bubble where if I sneezed, I would be worried I would have broken my back again, which is not true. But that's how mentally ruined I was from a fear-mongering ortho and PT. So that's why I'm so headstrong on that. So again, starting October 1st, these are the changes. Now, if you've been with me, right, as a way to say thank you to existing patients, you are going to be locked in at the current rate you're paying for 2 months, right? So then December 1st, the new changes will go apply to everybody. And again, you could pay as you go. You could buy a 6-pack or you could buy a 12-pack, but that's it. I'm not going to do crazy high sales tactics. I'm not going to reverse psychology. I'm not going to do any of that. Either you see the value, you see what I am offering you, and you like it. And I think this is the best move moving forward. So again, thank you for letting me be a part of your healthcare team. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to chiropractic. I know performance chiropractic is a little bit of a niche model and market that is growing, which is super exciting that people are starting to flat out copy. But, that's great because then the word is getting out that this model is so much better than the old school rack 'em, crack 'em, spend 2 to 3 minutes with per person. I'm super grateful for that. And I think this is the best possible move. Existing patients, thank you. You're locked in for 2 months. New patients, this is going to be the new structure moving forward. And regardless, let's get you back to your event. Let's improve your quality of life and performance as quickly as possible and as few visits as possible.